What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and for my existing viewers, we're going to be on FC25 today, making Pep's 433. To anyone that has found this channel, usually we do provide Football Manager content, but we're going to treat ourselves and recreate Pep's system inside of this game. Either way, be sure to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoy, and for anyone that is interested in more FIFA content, I'm now going to have a channel exclusively dedicated to it in the description below, so go and check it out. Current viewers, if you like FIFA as well, you will love what I post on there, but let's go through and learn how to create Pep's 433 inside of EAFC 25. So we're going to break down the tactic first today, then we're going to play an entire game live because the game's fresh. You want to see gameplay, I want to play the gameplay, and we can see how actually we perform in these games and how the team shapes up. Now, what I will say right off the bat is if you look at the Man City team, you know how good they are, so we are going to expect some good performances because of the world-class players they have. That front three is absolutely blistering. Now, we're going to go over, we're not going to waste time today, so let's go over and look at the tactics. So we have gone and made Pep's 433, and we're going to go in and learn a lot about this system. So let's go over to the 433. So what we've done is it is going to be a custom tactical preset because we tinkered around with a few things, and if we actually go down and have a look right now, of course it is going to be in that 433 holding shape, which is pretty obvious considering the title. Now, going over to the build-up style, we are going to opt for a shorter passing style because that is the Pep way. Slow, patient build-up. I have seen occasionally now the likes of Doku or Savinho is going to have a little bit of a take-on approach to the game, but usually it is going to be built off all of that wonderful short passing play. Very patient until they finally get it into Erling Haaland, who simply will not miss a goal. Lastly, when it comes to the defensive approach, we have gone a little bit manual and gone with technically a high defensive line, which I would say they do replicate in real life. Now, for me, you could have arguably pushed this up to 80, but in terms of actually how it performs in the game, I have gone with 70, and it is really, really well playing. Now, going over to the actual player roles, before we do that, of course, with the wonderful new FC25 menus, you are going to see today without the ball and with the ball. So without the ball, you are going to see how these players are lining up. Very, very balanced and consistent, and a nice mixture of roles being provided. But of course, let's go over to the player roles and actually understand where you can actually come out and see Edison being on that sweeper keeper duty, on balance when it comes to the focus. Now, of course, Edison is known for being a sweeper keeper. I want him to come out and take the occasional risk, but also not be absolutely ridiculous. So having him on that is a perfect option. Going over to the left back, we are going to have a false back. Football Manager fans, essentially it is an inverted option. You can see here a modern evolution of the fullback. This player pushes up the field, adopting a central position when their team has the ball, but we have got him on a defensive sort of focus. So he is almost going to replace John Stones, who is going to be a building up defender because he does build up from the back. So he is going to slot in and cover Jones, and it will all work really well in the game, which you'll see later on in this video. So John Stones as a ball playing defender on this focus set to build up, while Diaz is simply going to be a ball playing defender with his focus also being on defend because John Stones is doing a lot of the build up play. Now, when it comes to the right back with Rico Lewis and Kyle Walker, sometimes they invert, sometimes they don't. I have gone just with a wing back option who is simply going to be set to balanced. He is going to get somewhat forward when we actually are going to go on these attacks. Hopefully you get to see that in the match highlights as well. I figured that's why I'm going to play an entire game, because we can actually watch the entire movement of this team and see how the tactic plays actually inside of the game. Going over to the midfield, the first position is going to be quite obvious, although we can't seem to select it. You can tell I've not played FIFA in a while, so this is interesting. So we can't actually get to Rodri, but he is going to be a holding DM. Nice and simple. Very simple. I don't know why we can't get to him, but hey-ho, it's one of the annoying things when playing on controller. We simply cannot get to that position. But next to him, we have gone with De Bruyne. Now, he is going to be playing as a box-to-box, and again, this role is vital in the team because it links in with these two back here, believe it or not, because when actually we have the ball, De Bruyne will push up as a box-to-box, and obviously Guardiola will push into midfield and almost replace him. Vice versa. So if, say, we get the ball from the back, John Stones is going to push up, and Guardiola is going to slot in and also provide cover in that area. So these three positions are absolutely vital. Next to him, we have gone with Bernardo Silva as a playmaker with his focus being attack. Focus on attack, create chances for the forwards. We need one player in that midfield three doing it. And that's exactly where Bernardo Silva is going to come in. Now, when it comes to the right, I have based this off Phil Foden playing on the right-hand side, and I would say he's an inside forward. He often comes inside, roams, links up the play with someone like Silva, has the occasional shot as well. So for me, the perfect role is that inside forward with his focus being set to roaming. And on the left, You've got Savinho, you've got Doku, players who I would say are more wingers, very tricky wingers, out wide, quite attack-minded, so that is why we have gone with wingers simply on attack. And Haaland, he is a poacher. He's not known for his technical ability. He's a brute. He's a lump in a good way, a good lump. He gets his goals. He's strong on the ball, so he is simply going to be a poacher, obviously on attack. Obviously, thanks to the beauty of FC25, this is going to be what it looks like going into the game without the ball. When we have got the ball, with the ball, you can understand what's going to happen. Now, it looks a lot confusing on the left-hand side, but don't worry, I have played games of this, and it does work really, really well. So it might look a little bit confusing towards the left back side of the screen, but essentially what's going to happen there is you are going to have John Stones pushing up, which Guardiola will then fulfill that position, and vice versa. Say John Stones is not pushing up, you are going to have De Bruyne pushing up, and Guardiola can go and cover that position. Other than that, things do remain pretty stationary, to be honest. So Phil Foden is obviously going to drift a little bit inside. We can see that there. It's sort of showcasing what could happen, and Walker then can overlap on the right-hand side. When it comes to the midfield, Rodri does appear to be positioned a little bit to the right-hand side. That's only because they've obviously put Guardiola in that position. He actually plays quite centrally, so you've not really got to worry about that right there. Silva is almost going to stick to that space and create through that area of the park, with Savinho staying out wide, being the tricky winger, hopefully a winner, alongside a Doku. And Haaland, well, he's just got to be there, be in the box, make the right plays, get in the right positions, and he is there purely to go and score the goal. So you can actually see here, it's a very, very well balanced tactic, and I would actually like to say you can, of course, go over and download this, I believe, although I am quite new to FIFA. I used to play it all my life, but we've just come back, and you can see under the Pep 433 a little code there alongside where it says active, and I think you can go and just simply download it. But of course, this is a small part of the video. We still need to go and see how this performs in game, and let's see if we've done any good. The first game, it's against Manchester United. So then, a game against Manchester United. I would like to say I'm not the best FIFA player ever, but I like to know, I think I know a little bit about tactics, so I'm hoping the tactics can get me over the line against Manchester United in this Community Shield. And they have got some pretty lively players, so obviously, is that Memphis Depay they've got back? That's an interesting signing, but we'll roll with it. Now, the great thing what I really like about this is what I'm seeing now. Rodri just sitting deep, ready to collect the ball, as John Stones is going to drive it forward into Guardiola, of course, who is going to sit quite centrally as well. Sit a little bit narrow, if you so will. And now we've got the option, the outlet into De Bruyne. And again, out wide should be, there he is, Savinho in loads of space. Back in maybe to De Bruyne, who will push up at some point, into Silva, the playmaker. Just take your time with it. Ball inside into Foden. Haaland in behind. It's a great run. Haaland's going to strike, and he's going to score. We're 1-0 up inside of 8 minutes. I am sorry to any United fans, but when you've got a system that plays so well, you absolutely love to see it. And do you know what? I will be honest, I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty. I am not going to lie, but this is purely to show you how the tactic plays in the game. I am trying to get better at FIFA, so, you know, if anyone wants to teach me some online friendlies, you're more than welcome to do so. But I'm hoping we can have some fun today. And so far, the game started off well, going into Stones, into Guardiola, who, again, I will keep saying it, sits so narrow. It's an easy passing option, as Rodri sits deep beautifully there. We might want to try and get a little overlap from Walker, see when he decides. There we go, he's starting to go there. Loads of space, back inside into the playmaker, into Silva, maybe into Haaland, actually. That's why he's a poacher. He's not a link-up player. He's not known for his linking up. So just do what you can do with Haaland at the end of the day. As it does appear, again, a really good attack from them, which we are going to seal out. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Might have a little bit of running time here. Little cutback. Ball inside into Silva. Overlap from Walker, who nearly stopped, but he's still there. Play a little bit of possession. I want to showcase that as well. How comfortable and how good the passing options actually are because of the roles that we are using. Now, I will say there will always be an option going on. And as you can see, Guardiola once again sitting very narrow. And Rodri, always an option. The playmaker, always an option. And look at Walker run. Right on the right-hand side there. Always an option as well. And this is why Man City is so good, guys. They have got option after option when it comes to the ball. They never really find themselves cut short in any scenario, and it's fair play to Pep at the end of the day. I'm talking like this is my system. It's not, it's Pep's. But overall, a very, very good manager, of course, and it's an absolute pleasure to actually play some football instead of just simulating, to be honest with you. There's a bit of a misplaced pass there from Savinho. Again, more of a tricky winger than a playmaker, if you so will, as Guardiola does win it back. But Memphis Depay, that is a soft foul, but I will take it and move on, as John Stones is going to play it into De Bruyne. We're going to ping it across there, just into Diaz, a little bit of possession. We want to get some build-up going now. Back into De Bruyne, spread it out wide into Savinho. Very, very tricky winger, this guy. I might try and find Silva. We found him. Walker's overlapping. We're going to try and ignore it. Suck him in there, maybe. Oh, it's a bad pass. It's not a great pass at all. So now it is going to be Anthony. A great challenge in there from John Stones again. Pushing up, of course, as we are expected him to do so. And Guardiola covering the position very, very well. Kyle Walker down the right-hand side. Into the playmaker, Silva. This is beautiful. This is good play. Good. That's an incredible give and go. And that should be Foden out there. Drifting inside. Walker on the overlap. It's incredible. Haaland the poacher in the box. Oh, it's a nearly perfect... That would have been a perfect example of how this tactic should be performing. I mean, that would have been something special. We used every role exactly where you'd expect to see them. Great challenge in there from Walker. I think he's going to get it back. He is. Now we need Diaz to step across, really. I reckon he's got that. Good challenge, Diaz. We love to see that. Absolute challenge. Of course, I will say on this new FIFA channel as well, boys and girls, if you do want to see any things, you know, other than tactics, if you want to see some Ultimate Team or some rebuilds, stuff like that, I'm absolutely buzzing to get going with them, to be honest. I very, very nearly didn't get this FIFA, but when I saw the whole tactical stuff, I was like, I have to get on board with this, because to be honest with you, between me and you, sorry to the regular viewers, but it looks more appealing than FM at the moment. But with the way that, you know, the tactics actually look on the screen, it's a great ball into Haaland. We're going to strike it. Haaland strikes. He scores. It's 2-0 before half-time. What a time to get a goal. Always important to get your goals before half-time or just after. Really crushes the morale of the opposition, as we are going to go in a very comfortable 2-0 lead. But we're going to make no subs because we've been playing literally flawless football. So we're going to keep it going. I might bring on Doku at some point because, of course, if you've got a tired fullback against Doku, you may as well just let the guy pass over and over because he's such a nightmare to defend against. Bit of a loose pass there from Silva. He is going to work hard to win it back. Kyle Walker on Mainu, not an easy player to defend against. Ugarte, of course, the new Manchester man. As we are now going to have Mainu again, who seems to be getting into some dangerous spaces here, I will be honest with you. That's a good ball. Into Depay. Offside? He's offside. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it offside. We sort of got not lucky there. It was a good line. There you go. It was a good line, but they could have got back into the game there. So we have got to be careful, as Rodri is now going to find Phil Foden out on the right-hand side. An overlap. There's the overlap into Kyle Walker, and I'm going to go to Haaland. He should be in a good position. Oh, it's a bad pass. It's a decent run from Erling Haaland, getting in the right position. A good win in the air there into Rodri, who, of course, isn't known necessarily for his attack and quality, but a fantastic DM. Silva just on this side here. Little overlap maybe again from Kyle Walker. It sure is. Phil Foden on the inside. He's got a little bit... What a technical player. Across the goal into Haaland, and it's a wonder save from Onana. Incredible from Foden there, just drifting inside. Obviously linking up very well there with Kyle Walker, and that is the great combo, the famous Football Manager combo of the inside forward and the attacking wing back. It works every time, so why not use it? Really nice to see FIFA actually have proper football roles in their tactics now. It's really refreshing to see. As Fernandes is sort of toying with me here, I will be honest, we are going to try and get a man out to mark him. And we have done very well there. Never a player you want sort of running at you, Fernandes, because he has got a skill in the locker, and he will embarrass you. As now it is going to be Anthony running at everyone. We are a bit vulnerable at the moment. It's a bit of an awful pass back from them, though. It is going to be Rodri, the main man, intercepting. And here we can get a little sort of chance to see how we're going to counter. So I'm going to try. I'm not going to go diagonal. I'm going to run with Silva. The playmaker himself. Phil Foden inside. Little 1-2. Beautiful. Silva's got to hit it. It's a great save from Onana. He's enjoying a stellar game so far. Despite conceding 2, he has actually pulled off... easily been their player of the match. A great performance from him. As we are going to go with Stones now. Great passing options as per. Diaz, Walker out on the right hand side. Silva in there, quick turn, offload. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to have Guardiola coming inside. Savinho out on the... Oh, this is incredible. Beautiful Pep Guardiola-esque play. Absolutely beautiful this is. A great bit of passing. Beautiful tiki-taka. Always an option available. We're not afraid to go forward. We'll do it. We'll have the ball. We're 2-0 up. We're in no rush. We can take all of our time. Always an option. Savinho out on the left. Little ball inside. Little give and go. Little give and go. Are we going to get there? I don't think. Dalot's quite a strong boy. He's a strong old fella, Dalot. Savinho's not really on the weights at the minute, is he? as we are going to lose in possession there, and it is going to be Rashford. But once again, despite having a higher line and quite a fair few attacker-minded players, this tactic always makes sure you've got enough players back to defend, obviously when you need to do so. And when you have got in possession at the back, I mean, you've got so many options. It's unreal. It really is. So many options. De Bruyne into Rodri. Do you know what? I'm going to hit him. Absolutely beautiful. Great run from Savinho to get into the space. De Bruyne, the box-to-box pushing forward as well. Just sort of showcasing some of the positions these players take up. As Silva is going to cut it inside into Phil Foden, who's very narrow. And Kyle Walker should be overlapping. I'm going to wait to see if he does it. There he goes. He finally gets onto it. Foden inside. Oh, that is beautiful. Haaland ball in. Is he going to win it? He isn't. It's good defending. Very good defending, as we are going to lose the flick on as well. And maybe now we are vulnerable. We're not vulnerable at all as Guardiola. Absolute mountain on this game. In fact, let's give Edison a touch. The sweeper keeper not really had too much to do today, but that's not a bad thing. Obviously, it's quite a good thing as a goalkeeper, I suppose. Rodri into Silva, play it forward. Here we go. Foden, oh, that is beautiful. Signature Foden, little cut in. Find the... If he keeps this in, unlucky. It's a good idea. The idea was there, but I do think that is going to wrap up a very comfortable community. In fact, it's not over yet. Savinho going to cut it inside into Silva, into Haaland, unmarked, Erling Haaland, off the post. That should be the game wrapped up anyway. Very unlike Haaland there, though. And that is going to be a 2-0 win in the Community Shield, all using Pep's 4-3-3 in EAFC 25. I did use this a little bit online, by the way, and it did appear to work very, very well as well. If you have enjoyed the first FIFA tactic, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and it would mean the absolute world. If you want to see more, go and check out the new FIFA channel, because I'm loving FIFA at the moment. The tactic side I'm in love with, so if you're enjoying your FIFA as well, go over and check it out. But do not worry, the Football Manager content will stay exactly the same on this channel and on the second channel as well. We're absolutely loving football. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.